Hello, everyone. My name is Stephen Murray, and I'm the host of The Gift of Giving. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, just like to let you know that this is the program that focuses on 501c3s, nonprofits, and foundations based right here in the state of Nevada. These are the companies who are giving back to our community and making it a better and brighter place. And this week's guests are certainly no exception. I'd like to welcome to the program now. We have three individuals representing an organization called Share in the Joy, Inc. Chris Durkoop, he's the founder and executive director. And we have Kimberly James, she's the community engagement and Share in the Joy Day coordinator. And we have Stephanie Laurent Johnson, she's the founding chair emerita and executive advisor. Correct?
Yes.
Got it all correct. So
Yes.
thank you all for taking time out of your very busy schedules. I know you've got an important event this evening, so appreciate you being here. I'd like to start with you, Chris. Could you please give us a brief overview of Sharing the Joy Inc., the mission and its history?
Well, first of all, Stephen, thank you to you and your team for having us on today. This is a wonderful event, a wonderful opportunity for us to share our mission and what we're doing, and we appreciate the time.
Yeah.
Sharing the Joy, we're a local nonprofit. We got our start 2 years ago, and the idea is that we just wanted to serve kids. So we serve children in foster care. We serve children who are in domestic violence situations, maybe living in a shelter with their family. We serve children whose families are housing insecure. We got our start 2 years ago. Like I said, we had an opportunity to do a holiday party at St. Jude's Ranch for Children out in Boulder City. And
Nice.
we went out there and did this party. They asked us to come back and do it next year for all their kids. That first year we had 34 kids that we had served. We weren't a nonprofit. It was just me putting on a holiday party for some kids. And I asked them how many children do they serve, and they said they had 200 in there.
They had 200 kids that needed serving?
No, the way it started was I was talking to a friend of mine, and I wasn't going to have my kids at Christmas. And I asked him, I said, I'm not going to have my kids this Christmas, but I still want to hire you to come and come to my house on Christmas Eve. But instead of my house, I want to find a foster family, and we can go visit them. And he said, well, if we do that, I'm not going to be able to charge you. And I said, well, it's the busiest night of the year. You've got to charge. And so he came up with the idea of maybe doing it for 4 or 5 foster families. And then from there, just a series of events, we ended up connected to St. Jude's Ranch for Children and did a party out there for their kids. We served 34 children. It went so well that Evelyn over at St. Jude's Ranch asked us to come back and do it the following year, but for all their kids. And I was like, well, of course, but how many kids? And she said, well, about 200 across the valley. And so at that point, I started a nonprofit, Sharing the Joy. I took a couple classes at the Clark County Library on how to start a nonprofit. I talked to Stephanie, who is my friend and mentor, and about starting it, and with some encouragement and support there, we got our start in August 2 years ago.
Wow, what an amazing story. I mean, you go to St. Jude's to serve 34 kids. Now all of a sudden you've got this massive nonprofit organization serving kids in foster care, and domestic violence shelters, and children whose families are insecure and homeless. I mean, that's quite a quantum leap you've done in 2 years.
Absolutely.
The number of,
yeah.
It's amazing.
And the beautiful part of it is that HoliJoy, which is our signature event, and really sharing the joy, all of this was born out of Chris's heart for stepping into a season of gratitude when he was in a season of struggling. So here he is at a Christmas, not going to have his kids. And all of a sudden it was, what can I do? And literally our conversation was, step into a season of gratitude. And 2 weeks later, he had a whole vision that he came back to me with sharing the joy. And I was like, well, that's a big vision. And if anybody can do it, you can do it. And that's how this started.
And look what you've accomplished. And
yeah.
We're going to go into some of the programs and events that they have later in this program, but it really is phenomenal what you've accomplished just in 2 years. I mean, it's amazing, truly amazing. And now, I think you mentioned that although the primary focus is children, you also had an event for women recently. Is that correct? Would you like to elaborate?
Sure. Yeah. So we just had Empowering Joy, and that was where we brought women together from safe houses and different programs throughout the valley that basically are in a season of struggle themselves, coming out of or in a domestic violence situation. And the day in itself was for them to come in, and literally we called it Empowering Joy, because it was a day for us to empower them, pour into them, love on them, celebrate them, teach them. We had everything from financial literacy was taught. We hosted a room on mental health and emotional wellness. We had another room on self-care, and it really was just a day to like I said, to honor them. And the beauty of that day and what we get from it as participants, right, hosting it, is that we're literally pouring into them, and we're watching their faces and their hearts come alive, and the struggle that they're walking through. We have no idea, even as we're spending this day with them, how big it is. We have no idea the journey that they've been on, really, unless if they choose to come up to us and share a little bit. And again, part of the day and the safety that we provide them in that space is that usually by the end of the day, and this year was no exception to that, usually by the end of the day, we'll have the ladies come up to us to say, this is what I'm walking through. This is where I'm in need. This is where I'm struggling. And I always wind up in tears by the end of the day, without a doubt. It's a beautiful day to get to celebrate them.
Nice.
Yeah.
What a nice program.
Yeah.
So this is an offshoot from where you originally intended your program to go. This is one of the little sprouts out of the initial intent of the program. So you're expanding as you go, and you're learning more things in another area in which you've expanded. Animals. How did that come about?
Well, Stephen, when we started, obviously, is working with St. Jude's Ranch and the kids who are out there, and the idea to start the nonprofit. I thought about it. When you're starting a nonprofit, you have to be very specific in your scope and who you're serving. So my heart is with children in foster care and children who are facing homelessness or on the streets. And having come from that myself when I was younger. And so working with my fiance, she had come from a situation where she had lost her mom to domestic violence, and her brothers had faced homelessness and were in the foster system as a result. So the domestic violence, the homelessness, and the children in foster care, those three things kind of went together. So I, of course, you got to clear everything with the kids. So I went to my 12-year-old twins, and I say, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to start this nonprofit. I want to help people, and we're going to help people in these areas. And I tell them, and I you guys are going to be a part of it. I want you guys to volunteer and support, and we're going to do this together. And then at the very end, my daughter looks at me and she goes, well, what about the animals? So, well, sweetie, we're gonna focus on the people. And she says, well, animals can run away and be homeless, and animals are hurt by people sometimes. And we adopted Charlie, so So we serve animals as well, and I wasn't quite sure when we started how we were going to bring it all together. The initial idea was maybe we'll have a mascot. We'll have a mascot, and we will call her Joy. My daughter's middle name is Joy, so all of our programs and everything has Joy in it. And and then we'll go to adoption events, and Joy will be there, and we'll support adoption events. But I have to tell you, Joy is so much more a part of our organization now. We happened to bring Joy to a National Siblings Day, partnering with St. Jude's Ranch again. And there was a little boy that ran up and gave Joy a big hug, and the mom started crying and was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." She was, "No." The little boy was nonverbal autistic, and the mom explained to me after that he didn't give hugs. He wasn't affectionate. And the fact that he went and gave this big 6-foot-tall dog a hug was really big and really special. And he had seen Joy at a previous event. And so now Joy comes everywhere with us. And Joy came with us today, as a matter of fact.
Oh, are we going to see Joy?
Yeah,
be
let's
okay?
bring Joy in.
Come on, Joy.
Come join. Oh my goodness. Can I give you a hug?
Aww.
Oh, what lovely, cuddly Joy. So Joy goes to all the events now with you?
Joy goes to all of our events. The kids love seeing her, but also Joy has her own program now, her own program.
Oh, wow. And now, would you like to elaborate a little bit who's on Joy's program? Who would like to handle that one?
Well, it's Joy's Caring Crew, and the whole idea of sharing the joy. What we've from the beginning, our direction has always been giving and giving back, and it's really been a focus. Me as a dad, and the direction our nonprofit has gone. So what Joy's Caring Crew does is when children come to our events, and you have to remember the kids that come to our events, these are kids that their families could be struggling financially.
Yes.
Kids in foster care, families facing homelessness or domestic violence situations. So Joy's Caring Crew focuses on giving kids the opportunity to give back to the community. We partner with Toys for Dogs. Toys for Dogs makes toys for dogs in shelters and on the streets. We partner with Sandwich Club. They're a nonprofit that makes peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and distributes them to the homeless. And then we rotate in a third nonprofit at every one of our events. And so when a child comes to our event, Joy's there for sure, but each one of these, we have 3 community service partners that are scattered around our events. And the kids, when they go to the first one, they get a certificate and they do the activity and they get a sticker. And then they go to they find the next one and they get a second sticker and they get a third sticker. And when they get all 3 stickers on their certificate, they're told to go to the DJ, go to the announcer, go to the stage, the main stage. And so they go to the main stage, and at our events, the DJ stops the music, says, "Come on up here for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, we have somebody to celebrate." And the child gets up there on stage and he says, "Hey, Tim, you took time today to do something really special. You took time to give back to the community. We want to celebrate that. How many sandwiches did you make today?" "No, I made 2. "Did you know that after today's event, those 2 sandwiches, we're going to package them up and we're going to take them down and we're going to feed homeless. And there's going to be 2 people where that might be the only thing they ate today, and it's because you took the time to make those sandwiches. We just want to say thank you." Another, "How many dog toys did you make?" "Well, I made 1 dog toy." "Well, did you know that when a dog's pulled and they're put in a shelter, they're put in a cage, in a kennel, and it's cold and they're scared and they're shaking. You made a toy to keep that dog company while they're there, and we just want to say thank you so much for doing that and for taking the time to do that." And then we give Tim a medal that has Joy's Caring Crew on it, and then he's officially part of the crew, Joy's Caring Crew. And everybody in the gymnasium, everybody around applauds the fact that he took the time to give back to the community. And it's just, we really want to instill a sense of service with these kids, and they may not have an opportunity to give back to the community. And if they have a servant's heart, if they have that heart for service, maybe we lit something inside of them that when they get an opportunity to do that in the future, is like, you know what, that felt really good. And so that's the idea behind Joy's program.
And it's nice that you're sharing with those kids the joy of giving back. And if you put that in their hearts at a young age, it'll just grow. Yeah. And thanks for your part in all of this, Joy, because you're making the world a difference there. So thank you. Please stay with us, folks. We're just going to take a brief sponsorship break. We'll be right back.
Tariffs, pandemics, rising inflation. The Joshua Dowden team is ready when volatility happens. Markets fluctuate for reasons nobody can control. Don't let the headlines drive your financial plan. The Joshua Dowden team at Priority Wealth Partners has served Summerlin retirees for 3 decades. Our 5-tier risk management strategy matches our strategies with your goals, with plans designed for your assets to be there when you need them. Conveniently located at the heart of downtown Summerlin. Call Joshua Dowden today or visit DowdenFinancialServices.com.
Welcome back, everyone, and I'd like to welcome back our guest today from Sharing the Joy Inc. And they're doing amazing things. And in the first section, we were talking about your Empowering Joy program for women. We have a video of that. Let's just watch it.
The idea for this is one of the first ideas I had when Sharing the Joy came together.
We have planned such an amazing day today. We're calling it Empowering Joy because we are here to empower these women, to bring light all of the beauty that they are, that they have, that they own, all of it. These women will be empowered with things like financial stability, self-love, self-care, all the different things that women need on a day-to-day basis, and these women need it more than any of us. So we're really excited to carry out this day because it is going to be a beautiful day. There are going to be some sads, but they're going to be happy sads, and it's going to be just amazing.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting this vision and being a part of it. I really feel in my heart it's something special. I was telling Carmen, when I have an idea, I say, okay, I've got this idea, but when I have the important ideas, the big ideas, I get I start crying, right? It's just that I get overwhelmed. There's that overwhelming feeling of this is something that's going to make a difference. And this event is that. The fact that all of you are a part of it and making it happen, I couldn't be happier. So thank you so much.
Wow, that really is an impressive video that you have there, an impressive program. And how often do you have this program? Is it once a year or?
So once a year. This was our second year of doing it, and very similar to HoliJoy. We served more women second year around than we did the first year. We had women there from safe houses. We had women there from Shade Tree and Safe Nest, yes. Right? So inviting women in who are in a season of struggle in a domestic violence situation. Not all of the women that came are currently, not all of them are currently still in that relationship. The reason that they are coming to the safe houses and to the what do I want to say?
Shelters.
To the shelters, thank you, is because of the fact that they're trying to improve and better their lives, sure. Right? They're trying to get education. They're trying to get an understanding for who they are and what that day is all about. Empowering Joy is really a day to pour into them, to let them know that they are worthy of so much more.
Yes.
That they don't have to settle, that they don't have to stay in a relationship where they are being hurt. They also bring their children with them. So it's a day for us not only to pour into the women, but also to pour into the little sweet angels that they have birthed and brought into this world. And it's a day of safety and celebration, and it's magical. It's magical.
Sounds like it, and much needed. much needed.
Yeah.
And the more kids a woman has, if they're in a domestic violent relationship, the harder it is for them to leave.
Oh my
It's not
gosh.
just like they can pack their own bags. They've got to think of all the kids and what
Yeah.
have you and find places. So
Yeah.
great program. And now you have a Sharing the Joy Day and Child Haven. And you come as Community Outreach Director on the Sharing the Joy Day. Would you like to share a little bit of information on that program and what it is?
Yeah, of course. It is a monthly program that we're starting. So Child Haven basically houses anywhere between 90 to 120 children in basically like the in-between stage of when, unfortunately, they're having to be removed from their home. And before they find a foster family, they stay at Child Haven. Unfortunately, sometimes initially, they're intended to only be there hopefully 24 to 72 hours. Sometimes they're there much longer.
Yes.
And it's not really a, fun place for them to be. So we once a month bring what we call Joy Day. We have community partners, like for instance, our event this evening, we have Texas Roadhouse coming to provide dinner. We have Pink Box Donuts bringing the sweet treats for them. We have Heroes and Fairy Tales coming to, play with the younger children. And then we have resources for the older youth that, we'll be preparing to hopefully go into the workforce. We'll be doing, we have like managers coming to do mock interviews with them, provide feedback, help them build their resume, just give them the tools that, most of us are lucky to get from our parents. And these, kids, we want to provide that for them so they can just, have a fun day and, prepare for a brighter future.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, do the same kids come back every month, or some of them are the same?
Well, I mean, ideally, we hope not.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, ideally.
Yeah. So, but you never know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, in Pink Box Donuts, do they donate their donuts every month, or do you have to pay for them, or these
Yeah. So basically, these
giving people?
Yeah, the community partners. Yeah, we're hoping more restaurants will after hearing this will want to participate. So yes, they're donating. So we're looking for restaurants and businesses that would like to offer their services and donate. To bring joy to these kids once a month.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a real nice program too. And now you have HoliJoy. That's another program. And you have a video on HoliJoy. So let's turn around and let's look at that video.
It's cold outside and everyone's happy. This is that magic time of the year. Toys for girls and boys and festive friends who gather near around the fire. They all retire, can't wait for Santa to soon be here. The city streets are blinking and glowing, a type of peace that everyone knows. Hearts so filled with glee, each family will share their...
Ho! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey!
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. All the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits
Boy,
flow.
that program sounds like a lot of fun too. And who would like to talk about HoliJoy?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's that's the one that started it all. At St. Jude's Ranch, that first year, before we were a nonprofit, it was 34 children. Every child wrote to Santa. They got a letter back. They got the top gift on their list. It was a really magical event. Again, like I said earlier, they asked us to come back next year and serve all their children. started the nonprofit, got our 501c3, and we rented out an entire rec center out in Henderson. And we had 172 children attend that second year. Now we had to pivot. We couldn't get at 172 kids the top gift on their list. So what we did was we turned it into giving. We turned it into a day of giving for these children. So they come in, we paired them with a personal shopper. The personal shopper would then ask them, who are the important people in your life? Who are the important people? And they would say, my teacher, my CASA volunteer, my mom, my brother, my sister, my best friend, whomever. And then the personal shopper writes that information down, talks about like some things they might like for Christmas or the holidays. And then they take them to this area where we've got tables with adult gifts, teenage gifts, children's gifts, and they get to choose gifts for these people in their life that are important. We wrap the gifts up.
Mm-hmm.
IKEA donates those big blue bags, and then when the child leaves our HoliJoy event, they have a bag filled with gifts that are wrapped that they can give to the people in their lives, and they get to experience the other side of the magic of giving, the other side of Christmas.
For sure.
And it's been wildly successful. 172 kids that second year, over 350 last year, and this year we're expanding a little bit more, and we're just really excited about it.
Wow, and with good cause too. I mean, what a wonderful program! You're teaching these people at a young age the joy of giving back, and that's a wonderful thing to teach these kids.
In everything we do, in all of our events, it somehow comes into it. And again, I give that credit back to Chris, and the heart when he started this was, how do I step into a season of gratitude in a season where I'm struggling? And we see that, how it turns life around and how it makes our life brighter when we give.
Absolutely. And now moving on from HoliJoy, now you also partner now with CASA, Fostering Joy.
We do.
Would you like to elaborate a little bit on that?
Well, Stephen, we saw CASA on your program earlier this year. And for those who aren't aware, a CASA volunteer is a court-appointed special advocate for a child who's in foster care. These volunteers give their time to these children to learn about their living situation. They develop a relationship with these kids, and they advocate to them. When it comes time for their court date, they are there letting the judge know what the best placement is for this child based on their recommendation. They're not paid. They're donating their time. And so we came up with a program at Sharing the Joy to support these volunteers. It's called Fostering Joy. We just kicked it off, and it's an opportunity for businesses in the area to support these volunteers by giving them a safe place to take these children to build that special relationship and make it so that they don't have to spend their own money to do so.
Sure.
For example, Slim Chickens. They're opening. They have one restaurant here. They're opening 9 more in the next 5 years. Larry's like, you know what? I want to support these kids. So he's offering a free meal to not only the CASA volunteer, but also to the child that they're working with when they come in. The One World Aquarium down at Boulevard Mall. Free admission for the CASA volunteer and the child that they're working with. And these are just 2 examples of our corporate champions that have come together to support these kids in foster care by supporting the CASA volunteer. Because some of these CASA volunteers that we have, they're seniors on fixed incomes that want to give back and do something. And we don't want them to have to choose between going and spending time with their CASA kid or not because of funding. And so I know there's businesses out there that want to support children in foster care, and doing so by supporting a CASA volunteer through our program is one way to do that.
Yes. So if there's any corporations out there that are tuned in and would like to participate, we'll be getting the information, contact information out later in this program. At this point, we're just going to take another sponsorship break. Please stay with us, folks. We're going to be right back.
Introducing Pacific Coast Capital, your partner in finance. We provide financing for your business, Speed, flexibility, and creativity are the foundation of our service. We'll help you navigate through change and opportunities. Our 90-plus years of experience ensures quick turnaround on loan decisions. Ride the wave to prosperity with us. Ready for new funding? Visit our website today at PacificCoastCap.com.
Country roads take me home to the place where I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Comes a triple yodel, adi-yodel-ay, oh, 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 ee.
Welcome back, everyone, and I'd like to welcome back our three guests today and our mascot, Joy, to the program. Thanks for taking time out and being with us today and sharing with us everything that you're accomplishing. And you are doing amazing things, there's no question. So, and now, do you get any support from federal, state, or local governments? Do you get any government grants at all?
No.
No?
Not as of yet.
Not as of yet.
Not as of
Okay.
yet.
Are you going to try and apply for some grants from foundations or?
We have somebody part of the team that works on grants for us.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then Speedway Charities. We got our very first grant last year. A generous grant from them, recognizing the work that we do with children.
Cool. Good. They're going to give you another grant this year, do you know? Or?
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed for sure.
If you're tuning in and listening, hopefully, hopefully they'll know exactly what you're doing with the money and where it's going. So now, do you have any plans down the road to take this out of Nevada, out of state, or?
I'll tell you what, Stephen, what Sharing the Joy has turned into is really we're a nonprofit that connects people. We connect like our Sharing the Joy Day. We're connecting these kids with resources that will help them when they transition out of care. When we have HoliJoy, we're connecting we're bringing in nonprofits to be part of this. We're a connector. We've worked really well with our corporate partners. We've worked well with community partners and nonprofit partners, and we brought a lot of them together. And I think that you can take the model of Sharing the Joy and you can put it in another city, and it's going to be successful because we have done such a good job of bringing people together that to better serve the youth.
And Kim, it's part of your job is community outreach. So are you the one that has to reach out to these places like Pink Box and talk them into donating donuts and things like that?
Yes.
So
I'm hoping that there's other businesses that will be watching this and hopefully reach out to me.
Reach out, yes, certainly. Now, is there a paid staff or is it all volunteers? I know you're working with CASA, but do you have any other volunteers that come and help out?
So we work
especially at events.
We work with Champions for CASA, but that's just another nonprofit. We are 100% volunteer based. However, because of the work that we've done in the foster community, this past as of July 1st, we are the fiscal nonprofit partner officially recognized for Clark County Family Services. As part of that agreement, we did bring on our very first paid employee. We have a bookkeeper.
Oh,
and we were so excited to have her. I frustrate her to no end, but she's been wonderful. So we do have our very first employee, but no, Stephanie, Kim, myself, our entire group of volunteers, we're all volunteers.
Wow. Now, does the bookkeeper do all the tax filing and all of that stuff?
She does.
Because that's a nightmare to take care of all those forms to fill out. So if you've got somebody to do it, they're worth their weight in gold, I'm sure. Do you have any other upcoming fundraisers and events? or do you plan on initiating any
So
other
we
programs?
have HoliJoy coming up
Yes.
again this December.
That's
so
right.
definitely for HoliJoy, if any of your viewers are interested in joining us, coming out to volunteer or to donate or to be a part of it, we would love to have them on board.
And what date is that?
It is
So
on
December 14th.
December 14th. And people who are going to be giving out your website information, they can go and get any information that they need from visiting your website. It's out there,
Yeah,
HoliJoy.
all of our information's on there, so they're happy to reach out, or they're welcome to reach out to any single one of us for any information. But yeah, it's definitely a day of, just like I talk about the magic of empowering joy, same thing with HoliJoy. From the minute that those kids walk in, and when they see Santa Claus and they see the Winter Wonderland and they see the petting zoo and the jump houses and all of the things, there's nothing greater than seeing their faces light up.
It's like a little Disneyland, it sounds like, So for kids that have probably never been there will never get there. We've got our own Disneyland here with sharing the joy, it sounds like. So before we close, there's just a couple of other little things. And I know you had an event earlier this year, Joy of Father Figurehood, which I think is probably a very important one. You have it on Father's Day. And what is it that this program does for these kids?
Well, this one's pretty special to me as a single dad. Working with children in care, a lot of them don't have a positive male role model in their life.
Yes.
And so we had this idea to bring in men from the community and partner them with these kids that don't have that positive male role model. We rented out an entire park. We had 24 stations that focused on we called parenting gaps, things that these children may never learn or be exposed to because they don't have that positive male role model. We had everything from learning how to tie a tie. We had jump starting a car. We had fishing. We had Raider Dad was out there teaching kids how to throw a football.
Nice.
And the mentor and the child, they formed a team. They came up with a team name, and then all over the park we had competitions where they would earn points. And then Indian Motorcycle gave away a scooter, and there was a Trek Bicycle donated a bike. And do you have time for a story real quick?
Share that story.
Yeah.
You need to share that story.
So one of the stations was learning how to ride a bike, and so we had a Trek Bicycle donated a bike, and we had a couple bikes that the kids could use. And so at the beginning, when the mentors were there, I told them, as men in children's lives, it's our job to kind of push them out of their comfort zone a little bit. Yes. This is where they get their courage, and so they're going to want to go to all these activities that they're comfortable with. Find something that they're not comfortable with and challenge them. And then when the kids came, we were going over the different, I was explaining the different areas, and I said, and we have a bicycle that's going to be donated today, and you have to go to the bicycle station and ride the bike. And I'll tell you what, almost every one of those kids got on the bike and rode the bike, and it wasn't no big deal. They got their ticket to throw in the raffle basket. And there was this one child, 12 years old, Child Haven resident, and he was partnered with one of our volunteers. And the volunteer, he told me after, he goes, I kept trying to get him over there, and he kept saying no. He didn't want to embarrass himself. He didn't want to fall. He knew some of the kids that were there and just didn't. But he finally took that chance. And when you're teaching a child to ride a bike, I mean, you can picture it in your head. You one hand on the back of the seat, one hand on the handlebar, and I've got you, right? Uh-huh. And he's pushing him down this path, and I happen to be walking by, and he lets go.
Oh.
And there's a wobble.
Yes.
and then he's doing it, and his mentor is like cheering behind him, and like everybody around just starts clapping. And it was just this special moment for this kid, 12 years old, never had a bike, learned how to ride a bike at our Father Figurehead event. And so at the end of the event, we're giving away the prizes for the top teams and all of that. And we get to the bike, and I said, okay, I know I said I was going to draw a ticket and it was going to be random for this bike, but I'm letting you know I'm making the executive decision to gift this brand new bike to this little boy right here. And he was so excited. The staff member who was there at Child Haven, they said, no, is this for him? Because it's the only thing he owns. Wow. They put his name on it, and I hope he's still riding his bike today.
That's a beautiful story to end this program. Beautiful story, folks. Just amazing and wonderful, and I hope he is still riding his bike. You guys are doing amazing work. Before we wrap up, would you care to give out your website information and your phone number to our viewers, so if anybody wants to communicate, they can do?
Sure. All right. Our website is sharingthejoy.org. You can find HoliJoy at sharingthejoy.org/HoliJoy. Empowering Joy is sharingthejoys.org/empoweringjoy. But sharingthejoy.org. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
There you go.
And
okay.
YouTube.
Thank you so much for taking time out and being with us today. You guys are doing wonderful work for the less fortunate kids in our community. It's amazing. So keep up the good work. And thank you again for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'd like to thank John Stiles, the show's producer and station owner of WWDBTV. I'd also like to thank our sponsors, without whom we wouldn't have a program. They are Priority Wealth Partners, Pacific Coast Capital, the Firelight Barn, my late business partner, Ralph Champion, whose legacy lives on within this program. And I'd also like to thank the anonymous donors who have given to Friends of the Gift of Giving. They do not wish to have their names revealed, but I appreciate their continuing to be support. And finally, I'd like to thank you, the viewers, for tuning in. If you know of any corporation that could help out with some of their programs, any foster care children that could benefit, or anybody who would like to volunteer, please share this interview with them. It would be greatly appreciated, I know, by this organization. If you have any questions or comments about this program, please reach out to me, Stephen, at thegiftofgiving.vegas. I hope you will come back and join us again next week. In the meantime, please stay safe, be kind to one another. Bye for now.
Mr. R.J. Champion is proud to sponsor WWDB-TV's series, The Gift of Giving, and wishes the program much success. Congratulations and gratitude to the featured guests and the organizations they represent. Our community is well served by your tireless efforts to make Nevada a better state for all its residents.